Yeah.
The child mine. That isn't possible.
It's true, Robert.
I don't appreciate jokes like this.
Robert, it isn't a joke. Lucas is your son. I didn't tell anyone before. I didn't tell you because I thought that the baby was dead. But now that I've got him, I think you have a right to know.
Oh, well, okay, so I have a right. But look, the world and everybody else knows that that child is Julian Jerome's.
The world thinks that he's Julian Jerome's, and I didn't try to dissuade them. But I didn't love Julian, and I didn't have Julian's child. I had yours.
Well, you stop saying that. That child is nowhere near mine.
We were seeing each other at the right time, weren't we?
Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Lucas was born in August, a year ago. 9 months before puts us at November, and we were seeing each other in November.
It's bloody insanity.
Okay. Robert, I've gone over the dates 1,000,000 times.
Then I suggest you buy a calculator because there's something wrong with your math.
Work it out for yourself.
Look, we might have been seeing one another. Big deal. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm the child's father.
Can you be sure? Are you really sure?
Let's go sit down. Well, I'm glad this is finally out in the open.
Doesn't make things any better, though, does it?
You paid a big price to help a friend.
I'm worried about her, Felicia. I'm worried about Bobby.
She must be a basket case by now, unless Robert hasn't found her.
Oh, he's found her. You can count on that.
Poor Bobby.
You know, she's gonna need some friends and some support. Maybe we ought to go home and be there in case...
I don't know.
You don't want to go?
I sort of feel like a third wheel here.
Maybe more like the fifth wheel, I guess, huh?
Well, you know, she confided in you. There must be a reason why she didn't trust me to confide in me.
So you don't want to go home and talk with her or help her?
I just don't feel like it's my place to do that.
Hi.
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 Sweetheart, why don't you go and get us some cookies? We need some cookies, yeah. Can you get some cookies for us, son? Great.
Sweetie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Take it you've seen Robert.
Yeah, he came to the brownstone looking for Bobby.
It was very intense.
I can't believe the way he's behaved over all of this.
He's doing his job, Anna.
Yes, I understand what his responsibilities are.
Well, he's trying to remove his emotions. Take it from somebody who knows.
From life, he's trying to remove his emotions. I would have appreciated a little compassion. I mean, if only to reassure us that he actually is a human being.
I know what you mean.
Look, so much for Robert. My concerns are with Bobby.
Can't imagine how she feels at the moment.
I can't imagine how Tony's gonna take this.
Let's get out of here.
Honey, pull yourself together. It's time to go home.
Home, yeah. She took care of that. We don't have a home anymore.
Tony, that is cruel.
Tony, don't go, please. Let me explain. I can justify
Oh, justify.
everything
What a
I
grotesque
did.
word you've chosen. How can you justify a lie? How can you justify putting another woman, a mother, through that kind of hell? Putting a mother through that kind of hell. A year of thinking her baby is dead and you knew he was alive. She feels just as much for that baby as you do. Probably a lot more. How do you justify that?
Well, perhaps if you give her a chance, she could.
You know, you're just as culpable. You knew and you didn't say anything.
Don't blame Ruby, please. I begged her not to say anything.
I gave her my word.
I really love all this family loyalty. If only somebody had given me a little crumb of it, you know?
Honey, I did this for us. I did this so we could be a family.
Yeah, a family of lies. How many times did I sit up at night wondering what you were doing, where were you, and it was all lies to cover up what you were doing. You know, I thought you were having an affair.
Tony, don't make this about yourself.
It is about me. It's about me, and it's about a baby that didn't belong to you.
Tony, he's our son. I knew if I told you, you'd make me give him back.
That's right. And we would have made this decision together. And we would have grieved over that baby together. That's what us is about.
All right, look, I give it to you if I'm pushed to the wall, but I can't be absolutely sure.
I am so glad that you've admitted that. It'll make the rest easier.
What rest are we talking about?
Admitting that you love me.
Cheryl, I don't love you.
Robert, I understand that you have a need to deny it, but look at him. Look at your son. He changes everything.
All right, chronologically, I admit there's a possibility, probably 1 in a billion. But as for the... where does this bring the rest of it in about my being in love with you?
You do love me. You did love me, and you're the father of my child.
Look, no love is or has passed between us, ever.
Robert, look at him. How can you deny it when you look at him?
You're not listening to me.
Robert, you're the one who brought him back to me. That was not a coincidence.
No, it was straight old-fashioned detective work.
Yes, and you were the detective.
But one has nothing to do with the other.
Yes, it has everything to do. It has everything to do with it. You were destined to bring him to me because you're his father.
I know I brought him to you because you bugged the life out of me about it. Any cop on the force who'd started last week could have done this case.
Robert, you brought my baby back to me. It works that way. That's the proof. You're his father.
If you want proof, I'll give you proof. Well, I fully realize what can happen with files. They get misplaced, lost. Right. Well, when you found something, you call me. You have my number. Thank you. Dead end.
I don't know why you're going to all this trouble. Robert, I've told you you're the father.
I'd have them reported for incompetence.
The records wouldn't do you any good anyway because the father is listed as unknown.
Wait a minute. You mean you tell... You don't know the father either, and you're trying to nail me with a paternity suit?
I purposely didn't put your name down.
Oh. So you're trying to protect my fractured Donna?
No, I was trying to save your life. What if the Jeromes had found out that you fathered my child?
I seriously doubt that they would have cared less.
They hated you. And Julian was after me the whole time. What do you think they would have done?
There must be some other way to solve this, Cheryl.
There is. Hold him.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You know that once you do, you're going to feel that he's yours.
Well, I've held him before. I mean, I am his godfather.
Another coincidence?
I believe you're grasping at straws here.
Bobby and Tony asked you to be his godfather. They could have asked anyone, but they picked you.
Well, there's a reason for that. I mean, it's called, friendship. Look, you got to stop trying to make some mystical connection between me and the child here.
He's your son.
Look, there's got to be another way to the bottom of this, all right? He's not my son.
Robert, you don't have to protest so much. I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that he's my son. But he is, and he's ours.
I've had enough of this. Come on, we're going out.
Where?
We're going to have a blood test and bury this once and for all.
Okay, if you have to do it that way, that's fine.